Let's go. Welcome to On the Attack with Mac, a podcast meant to inspire, motivate, and even educate you to go out there and win in life. I'm your host, Cornell Mack, and your boy is geeked up because we had one hell of a weekend up there in Novi, Michigan. Shout out to my homie Brian Fullerton, who threw the 2025 Lawntreprenuer Academy Live Conference over the weekend in Novi, Michigan. And I went up there. In today's show, I'm going to tell you why I go to live events so much and so often, and why I think that you should too. But we're going to start this show like we do every single show with live viewer shout outs, followed by the motivational minute, the winner of the week, and last but certainly not least, my man Marcus Tate, the LBC OG's word of the week. And it is going to be fire this week. And I will give you the date too, the 2026 Winning Life Service Business Showcase that will be going on. I will let you know in a little bit. So stick around. It's going to be a fun show today. I'm going to give you a full recap of my entire experience there at Lawntreprenuer Academy Live over the weekend. But woo, it got in here quick. If you are following on Instagram, YouTube or Facebook, make sure you comment down below so that I know that you're here, because during the live viewer shout outs, if you want to be shouted out, that's the only way I'll know that you're here. Instagram people, they got it good. So all they got to do is show up and I'll see them. But make sure you're commenting down below. And if at any point during this entire episode you feel like you get something of value, do me a favor, hit the like button, share it with a friend, or go and leave a 5-star podcast review if you are a podcast listener. It goes a long way to give the show some social proof to let people know what they're going to get when they tune in to On the Attack with Mac. But it's going to be a fun show tonight, and I'm excited that you are here. You could have been anywhere in the world. Could have been watching Monday Night Football, but you are here with me, and I appreciate you for that. Now, let's get over here to Instagram. We got my man Clark Williamson was first to the party on Instagram. Rebel Lawn Maintenance I got to meet at LCR Summit and at the LAL conference. My Alex Gow 6 is in the building. Carter Vadrodi, who I unfortunately did not get the opportunity to do a podcast with while I was up there. Boy was tired. I'll tell you all about it here in a second. Soul Sandy, how are you? It's your pup Maximus in the building. Thompson Lawn 58513. I think that's my boy Derek. Garten Grubs, how are you? Woodbrine All Season LLC is in the building. Central Washington Landscaping, that is my man Augustine. I don't know why that almost blanked on that. Catsball LLC, what's going on with you? Kyle Parks, what's going on with you? Willie the Grass Man is in the building. Nate Hen, I like that. Nate Hen, 15, is in the building. What's going on? Siege Landscaping, the LBCOG, is in the building. Over here on YouTube, my man Spence Crisco. He is a channel member. Shout out to you, Spence Crisco. He was first to the party today on YouTube. We got my man Mallard Allen is in the building. David Bratton, that's who that is. What's going on, Wilbur Eifert? How are you tonight? I am doing great. Lawn and Landscaping had 3 to 4 inches of snow today. They DM me. I seen some pictures. They got 2 more coming tonight. 6 inches is good, huh? That's what they say. 6 inches is good. CR Lawns, Wisconsin. What's going on with you? How are you guys doing tonight? It's gonna be a fun show, and I am excited. I'm telling you right now, the last shot, I'm gonna tell you why I go. So make sure you stick around. You're gonna have to wait till the end if you want to know why I go to live events so much. I never even hit the banner. I might have to invest into a producer. I don't know, man. It's getting a little rough to talk, read, hit banners, do all of this stuff, but I do it all for you. But this week's motivational minute is, it's crazy. I went up to the compound today before the show. My man Piper was up there. I haven't seen him in a few days since I've been gone for 4 days. Captain Jack was taking care of the stuff down here, cutting the grass, trying to make the cash for us, while I was up in Michigan trying to enhance my mind and my brain and do some YouTube videos and make some content, do some things like that. But when I got to the compound today, it was cold as HAIL. Hell, it was cold up there. So Pipes turned on the tornado heater, and we were sitting up there having a conversation. He had the garage door like about a quarter of the way up, so I had to duck down low like Limbo, all right, to get in that place. And then I just started looking around and I noticed something about the compound. We've been there for 3 years. We have filled that place up with equipment that is paid off. Everything in there is paid off except I got one more mower payment left to pay off my new HDX that I bought this year. It'll be paid off at the end of the year. He has a couple thousand on his Vermeer CTX 160, but other than that, everything in that place is all paid off. We only have truck payment, so we're pretty much running debt free. Almost, we're right there, right? But as I'm looking around at all of that stuff, it just made me think. A message for you is you are actually doing this. Like you are doing this. When you had something in your brain that you could have a service business, whether it's lawn care, power washing, or whatever the case may be, you had an idea, you acted on it. And I don't care if you're right at the beginning and you made your first reinvestment into anything, whatever it is. Look around, man. You are doing this. You are doing this. We are doing this. And when I looked around at that place, I was like, yo, this is wild, bruh. In 3 short years, look how far we've come. Now, it's been 9, but I'm talking about really being serious about trying to win in life, not just in business, but in life, in marriage, in relationships, in friendships, in everything. Like, we are doing this, man. And that just made me happy. So I thought tonight I'm coming to you in a motivational minute to let you know you are doing this. And I don't care what size you are, if you just started out or if you have a $50 million business, man, you are doing this. And don't it feel good because so many people out here ain't doing it. They think they can, but they don't have the heart or the cojones to pull themselves up by the bootstraps and actually get after something and go. But you do. You are doing this, man, and you're doing a hell of a job. The year is almost over, so make sure you finish strong because one thing I know about you, you're doing this, baby. Let's go. Get geeked up. Jump up and down, bro. This is why I got to stand up because I got so much energy. And when I look at all of these people that I seen at LAL, I looked around and I seen almost 300 people, maybe 315. I don't know how many was there. Check with Brian Fullerton to find out. But I looked at people and I seen something, a whole lot of people that are doing this thing, baby. So keep doing it. Keep doing it. One day at a time, one step at a time, one machine at a time, one truck at a time, one employee at a time. Keep on doing it wherever you want to go in this world. As long as you do things, I promise you, you're going to get there. So keep doing it, baby. Let's go. I hope that you got something from that motivational minute. Your boy I'm amped up today. I am excited. This was the last real recharge before the end of the year. As this LAL kind of closes out the show for me in my business. It's like when we transition out of mowing and then we go into spring cleanup or fall cleanups, and then it's in the snow removal and it's the winter. All right. But I am geeked up because I needed that recharge. And I just want you to know you're doing this thing. Let's go. All right. We got to get to this week's winner of the week, which goes without saying. Anybody who was at LAL over the weekend, you are a winner of the week. Man, we got to be investing into ourselves. One of my favorite quotes by my favorite speaker, Jim Rohn, is work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living, which is fine. But if you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune, which is super fine. Which one would you rather do? Make a living by working on your job? And I'm talking about us, the men and women who are out here in the service business, who are just working on the job, but they ain't invested into their brain. They ain't invested into their mindset so they can get better. Again, whether you want to have $100,000 business or $100 million business, you got to have a strong mind and some willpower to be able to do that. And you got to go get around people who are doing what you do. It's so much harder to get burnt out or to quit on yourself when you got great people around you who are all doing stuff too. It's just like when you go to the gym and you're lifting weights. You get to a certain point where you feel like you can't lift no more, and it's real easy to just rack the weights, get up off the bench, and quit right there. But not when you got a whole bunch of people around you. And that's what it is at live events. You get to make friends with people. You get to learn something from people who are either way, way, way far ahead of you and people who are right with you. And now, like I talked about last year with the Belgian horses, you're walking arm in arm with people who, whether they make 500 million or 50,000, or they just started and they don't even know what they're doing, we are all pulling each other together so we can all get to where our promised land is. And so, every person that went to LAO over the weekend, I'm proud of you because you invested in yourself. And there was some fire speakers up there. I'll get to that in a little bit. But the people who went there invested some money and some time to make sure that they're working on themselves and not just the job. Work on yourself so you can make a fortune because we're already making a living working on the job. So if you want to make the rest of your life the best of your life, start investing into your mind. Equipment is cool, employees are cool. But if you really want to win, you got to have your mind right. So that's my spiel on it. Winners of the week. Every person that was at the LAL conference, and it goes without saying, my homie Brian and his wife put on a phenomenal event. I've been going there since 2021, and the event just has never disappointed me. So make sure that next year you're there, man. I know I will be. But now that brings us to this week's word of the week, and then I'll give you the full recap of the show. Now, each week, my man Marcus Tate, he wakes up in the morning and he sends this message to a bunch of people. I'm not exactly sure how many, but maybe if you want the message, go follow him, Seeds Landscaping, on Instagram. And I'm sure he will have no problem adding you to his list of individuals that he sends these powerful words of the week to. But I have been given the privilege to give it to you so that it can help you go out there and win in your life. And this week's word of the week by my homie Marcus Tate, the LBC OG, is rise and shine. The word of the week is proclaim. Proclaim is defined as to announce officially or demonstrate clearly. The word is not used in our everyday language, but is very powerful. When I hear the word proclaim, I see someone with a bullhorn making an announcement. Believe it or not, your actions are in everyday life will announce where you are going. So let's show the world we are working towards our goals and our dreams. Let's proclaim every day as the day to show our wondrous works towards our destiny, that I may proclaim with the voice of thanksgiving you and tell of all of your wondrous works. That is from Psalms 26:7 in the New King James Version of the Bible. Have a great week. Proclaim it. Proclaim it. Say it out loud. I am doing this. If you're watching right now, say it out loud. I'm doing this. I'm gonna win. Proclamations, right? Proclamations. Proclaim the day every day. I'm gonna win this day. I had a guy that I played softball with. His name was Jamie. He was a police officer, and he could do everything. I played left center. He played right center, or he played right center, and I played left center. I think I just said that the same way. Left field, right. It don't matter. But he had this saying every time we came in: "Let's go win the inning. Let's go win the inning. Let's go win the inning." He would say that inning after inning for 9 innings. We won. I want to say 9 championships in a row in the league that I played in when I played on his team. It was absolutely phenomenal. But he would proclaim that, let's go win the inning. Now, does it always happen? No. But damn it, if you proclaim it, you got a chance. All right. So proclaim it. Make it yours. Say it out loud and make it real. Because if you don't, it's just your imagination. All right. Proclaim the day. You're a winner. You are a winner. But that is this week's word of the week. Now we can move on. Let me get back to some live viewer shout outs. If you want to be acknowledged on YouTube or Facebook, make sure that you comment down below. But we got uh Ramo Grass in the building. Carvis Johnson in the building. JR Lawn Social in the building. Aunt Sissy 33 is in the building. Mo for Less Lawn Care is in the building. Impeccable I am me is in the building. Adept Lawn Care. Hey, he's super tall. He is in the building. Maple Tree Landscapes. That's my man, Vinny. What is going on with you, bro? He got some fire pins too. He got some fire pins. Where's my backpack at? Here it goes, right here. Let me show y'all. Every year when I go to LAL, that's when I get to see my man Maple Tree. And every year I am excited to get one of these pins. He brings these pins. Here they are right here. I got a pink one, an orange one, and I think I got a blue one. He gave me a bunch of them this year. But that's him right there, Maple Tree. Can you see that? If you're watching live, he got a nice logo, man. Go follow him. He's hard. But we got S Lozada Landscape in the building. Willie the Grass Man is in the building. What's going on with you? Vine and Compass is in the building. Spencer's Lawn Care NC is in the building. That's Spence Crisco for y'all who don't know. He's on both. He's on Instagram and he's on YouTube. That's how much he enjoys the show. Let me know what you think about the show down in the comments now. And again, if you feel like you got something for that motivational minute, the winner of the week, or the word of the week, a 5-star review, I would love to read your name. All right. If you just leave a 5-star and you don't write anything, I have nothing to say because I don't even know who it is. But if you leave your name and a small little message, I will read it out loud and acknowledge you to the world. I appreciate you. All right. That's how much I appreciate you. But man, it was a fun weekend. Let's get to over here. We got Harold Wilson Jr., Jeffries Moe and Snow. What's going on, man? We got did I say Mallard Allen? I think I did already. But all right, here we go. LAL recap is where before we get to that, I had a bunch of people coming up to me while I was at LAL and asking me, when is my next meetup? The Lawn Care 2026 Winning Life Service Business Showcase. We had to change the name. All right, I had to change the name. It used to be Lawn Care Setup Showcase, but I felt like that alienated people. At the end of the day, we are green industry brother and sisters. Every one of us, if you're watching this show for the most part, you have started a business that is a service business of some sort. And I believe that you are ready to win in your life. And that is fair. So I created events that help people win in life. But when it was called the Lawn Care Setup Showcase, it felt like it was only for people who are mowing grass. And it isn't. It's for everyone because you could start with mowing grass and then you could go wherever you want from there. I just want to get you in the door and then I want to show you other avenues that you could take because maybe mowing grass ain't for you like it is for me. But at the 2026 Winning Life Lawn Care, oops, I see it's in my head now. The Winning Life Service Business Showcase, I want to have power washers there. I want to have roofers there. I want to have landscapers there. I want to have hardscapers there. I want to have mow, blow, and go guys. I want to have people who are full service. I want to have treatment people. I want to have people who only put in aggregates. We could have people who house wash or roof wash or do both. Pool people, fence people, you name it, auto mechanics. I want you there. If you work on trailers, I would love to have you there. I'm gonna have my insurance agent there most likely. And if he can't be there, I have another guy who does insurance so that you can ask questions. I also got some new people coming. Now, I can't make confirmations yet. All right. Because I don't know. It is in March. I can't say who is actually going to be there, but I got a blade sharpener company that is going to be at this next one. Last year, we had 116 people from 6 different states come. My man Marty McCabe came all the way from Maryland. Shout out to him. Deep Creek. That's where he came from. All right. He brought a 24-foot trailer with these Avant big old machines on there. Another guy had a gigantic excavator thing that spins 360 degrees. It was absolutely phenomenal. We always have good food. I'm trying to figure out exactly where it's going to be. It's going to be somewhere around the location it has been, but I promise you, it is going to be an absolutely amazing event. So I encourage you to sign up, but I put some links down in the comment section on YouTube that you can sign up or follow the Eventbrite link so that whenever I do make these things available, you can be some of the first people who sign up because there won't be a limit on this one. But when we get to Equip Expo, we got to cap it off because, boy, Equip Expo and the Vernon Lanes is just fire. So the 2026 Winning Life Service Business Showcase will be March 21st, 2026 from 1 to 4. It will be either in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, or Murraysville, Pennsylvania. They are right next to each other, 5 minutes apart. I got two hotels right off the turnpike. So once you right off the turnpike and right off of our parkway, which is our interstate that goes from the airport if you're flying in, or if you're driving in right off the turnpike, there's two hotels within 5 minutes of each other. And then those hotels are within 5 minutes of either location that we choose. So I encourage you to join the Winning Life Facebook group where that will be posted in there. But also, if you really want to be first, go follow that Eventbrite link. And that way, whenever it pops up, you'll get a notification and you can be one of the first people to sign up for the event. I can't wait to see how many people we get there and how many different businesses we get there and how many lives can be changed because it's not just for people who already own a business. If you're listening to this and you want to start a business, I want you there too. It's a great place because you know what is crazy about a meetup like this is everyone brings their equipment. So there last year there was Skag mowers, Wright mowers, Toro mowers, Billy Goat motors, Coyote mowers, skid steers, excavators, all types of cool things, and you can operate it right there, almost like an Equip Expo. Only I put it together, and there ain't 30,000 people at it, but maybe one day, maybe one day. So, again, sign up for the free Facebook group if you really want that information quickly. But if you want it lightning fast, sign up for the Eventbrite follow, and we'll get that information to you as soon as possible. But now, let's get to my week at LAL. Ooh, it is hot in this room. I'll tell you that right now. It is hot. We on Thursday. So, Lawntreprenuer Academy. Brief little history. I started going in 2021. It was the same year that I went to Equip for the first year, and I was looking for energy. Up here, I was super lonely all the time, and so when I went to Equip Expo, like I've told this story 1,000 times, I'm not gonna bore you with it, but it showed me that I wasn't just a grass cutter; that our industry was enormous, billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar industry, and that I needed to start taking myself seriously. And if you feel like you're just a grass cutter, I want to let you know right now, you are not. If you feel like you are just a regular little employee owner of a company, you're not, man. You created something and you're special and it can be big if you really want it to be, right? So it could take you wherever you want it to go. And when I got to Equip Expo that first year, I seen it. And then after I left there, it was like a depression sort of set in for a few weeks. And then this event, LAL, I was like, oh, I've been following Brian for a minute. Let me go up here and see what this is about. I went up there and it was awesome. It was awesome. I met some cool people. I met Cedric for the first time. I met this dude named Giancarlo and his wife. Had met Chris from Michigan up there for the first time. Met some cool people, and it was dope. And I decided from that point on, like I want to stay around that energy as much as possible. So I've been there every year since. And it has been an amazing time every year. And every year has been slightly different in some way, shape, or form, whether something got added or something was taken away that was maybe an inefficiency, to the different speakers that are always great, to the different people that you get to meet, because every year there's some new people and there's some old people don't go and there's some new people that do go, and you get to create new relationships every time. So on Thursday, I actually usually the event is Friday and Saturday, and then there's some master classes and a women's breakfast on Sunday. Now, I personally didn't do any master classes this year, but I have done them in the past. Not this year though. But I was up there actually on Thursday because now that I make YouTube videos, I'm like every time I go somewhere, I want to link up with at least one person, preferably four or five, to do some shop tours with. So I had a whole day planned out for Thursday, but you know how it goes. Plans change. So I traveled up to Michigan on Thursday and I got the opportunity to stop up at my man, the Henrik, the lawn care kid. He has a YouTube channel at his shop, For Outdoors, the name of his business. And I did a shop tour with him and it was fire. If you don't know who Henrik is, he started his business when he was 7 years old. He's 19 now. He has four employees, I think like two, three crews, a whole bunch of snow accounts. He told me he's already, and he's from age, I don't even know when he started buying vehicles, but he's had 27 different vehicles. I've seen the kid bought a school bus once. He has this big truck with fire on the side that has dualies on the front and the back. It's insane. I've seen some of the coolest things that I've ever seen at a shop tour. And one thing was absolutely insane. I really want you to see that because when we walked in, I was like, yo, what is, but you got to tune into the video to see that. By the way, I also dropped a new YouTube video that came out tonight. It was a shop tour of my side. So I'm going to do that. I'm in the process of editing some videos from Equip Expo. And I also got the Lawn Care Kid shop tour coming out. And we're setting up maybe some shop tours over the winter to be bringing them to you because the people seem to love them. So we're going to keep recording them and making them for you. But yeah, like I said, something real cool I got to see at that shop tour. So make sure you tune into that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, just hit the subscribe button. If you're hearing this on the podcast, Mac Landscaping and Lawn Care on YouTube, man. For my biased opinion, it's one of the best YouTube channels that's out there. I gotta shamelessly plug myself, right? And you should too. You should be confident in yourself. But that was Thursday. Like I said, plans changed. I was supposed to do a shop tour somewhere else and then have a dinner with one of my friends, but we had to make some things happen and it didn't happen. So it is what it is. But I still got that shop tour done on Thursday. Now on Friday is when the actual event starts, but it doesn't start till 7. So now I'm there in the morning all damn day. And I thought I could go do something, but I just got to be real with you. I was so tired and I don't even know why. It's almost like Equip Expo. I am on, I usually say 1,000, but I feel like Equip Expo, I'm on 1,000,000. I am zipping back and forth. Video here, meet this person here, have these wonderful conversations, take 1,000,000 pictures with so many wonderful people. And 2 weeks later, I still felt like I was still tired. So on that Friday, I had the opportunity to keep the curtains closed, nice and dark. I didn't have the subconscious thought that I need to get out of the bed and go down here and be around my wife or play with my kids. Because that's what happens if I'm at home and I just feel super unproductive if I was to lay down and sleep all day. But I must have really needed it because on Friday, your boy got some of the best sleep of my life. I ain't gonna lie. And then I got up, got my behind up, got a shower, and I head over to the opening reception. The opening reception's fires at the hotel. There's some hors d'oeuvres and everything, a bunch of tables. There was a golf simulator there. And I got the opportunity to meet some new people and, you know, keep cultivating relationships that I already have with the wonderful people that I've already met. But I also got to see my homie Justin White. He's from California, $20 million business out there. Absolute K&D landscaping. He's out there killing it. All battery powered equipment, 20 crews, insane. He's one of the smartest people I know. Had the opportunity to chop it up with him at the opening reception, and it's really an icebreaker before or a calm before the storm, storm, so to speak, because Saturday is action packed the whole entire day. But after the opening reception, there is this fireside grill and bar that's in the hotel, the main hotel. It's right by the high. It's the Suburban Showcase Collection Showplace, I think is what it's called. Suburban Collection Showplace. That is like a tongue twister. Whew. But that's where it's at. But that is also connected to a Hyatt hotel, I believe. And they got a fireside grill that got some fire food, and there was a lot of after we left there, some people go back to their hotel room or they might go to a different place to eat dinner or whatever after they've already ate the hors d'oeuvres. And then some of us, we go and maybe get food at the fireside grill. Some people have some libations, and you just sit there and hang out. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Friday night, I had a 10-minute master class with my man Garrett Bauer, the owner of Magnamatic, down at Equip Expo, but I didn't get the opportunity to do a video with him. Friday night, he's there, him and his brother, and we continued the conversation about blade sharpening. Now we're in the fall. Leaves are really abrasives that I've heard. I found that out, and I'm wondering like why are my blades getting dull so fast? So he basically just I'm talking about again, 10 minutes before this was like a couple hours. We was just standing there and I was just learning and learning and learning. And this is one of the things I saw. It ain't always about the speakers or the actual event itself. It is these side conversations that you get to have with other company owners. Like he makes blade sharpeners for lawnmower blades and hedge trimmer blades and blade cleaners and things like that. Um, so he's in our industry, but he doesn't necessarily do what I do or what you do, depending on what it is that you do. But he knows so much about blades, and the way he teaches you about it, he don't teach in a way that makes me feel dumb. I hate when people try to use not try to use, they use the words because they actually know them, but maybe I don't know them. Talk to me like I'm in fifth to eighth grade. And I say that because, bruh, don't overcomplicate things that I don't know. Right? So if you're using crazy words and I don't understand what you're saying, then how can I even learn? But there's certain people who are just phenomenal teachers and they just have a way of teaching in a way that you can understand even if you don't know the subject matter that you're talking about. Right? So I know about lawnmower blades, but I don't know about lawnmower blades. And I got to learn about lawnmower blades. Speaking of him, he gave me a couple of these things. So if you're watching right now, we have a blade angle thing, a sticker, and some earplugs. And I'm not sponsored by Magnamatic or anything, but after talking with Garrett and I seen the product and it's so high quality, oh my gosh, I just have fallen in love with that and the learning and the way that he teaches. He's becoming a friend of mine, and I'm excited. But he gave me a couple extras of these. So if you want one of these, the first person who you're sitting here watching live, you get to show you how thick your blade is, the angle you should be at, a cool sticker, and some earplugs for when you're sharpening blades, no matter what you're using. If you have a Magnamatic, awesome. But if you got an RBG 712 or that Varvloro, whatever imitation of the RBG 712, or the All American blade sharpener, or you're just angle grinding it with the 40 grit paddle, like everyone starts out with, right? No matter what, this little tool right here will let you know what degree your blade tips are at. And that is invaluable from what I understand. I got a video coming out with Garrett where it's 17 minutes long. Absolutely phenomenal. Will be very, very little editing that needs to be done because the video is just fire. Information from the time I say what up to the time I say peace is fire. So be on the lookout for that video. But yeah, if you DM me Mac underscore landscaping 412 on Instagram and you want one of these, I have two of them. You send me your address and I will send it out to you free of charge. I hope they don't charge me anything, but if they do, it'll only be a couple bucks. I got you. All right. But if you want this, man, do me a favor, DM me. All right. And maybe, just maybe, if these two go, I could hit my man up and get him to maybe send you one as a gift. But yeah, that's that. So I got to have that cool conversation with him and learn more about blades in a couple hours than I've learned in the entire 9 years because no one told me about. I know that it's important to sharpen blades, but I'm talking about how to properly sharpen a blade. I've never seen someone, no one has ever taught me in person, and I got to learn that there. So Garrett is a beast, bro. And I was saying his name wrong for like a whole month. Felt terrible. But then he told me how to actually pronounce it and the whole origin of it. And it's cool. And if you want to know that, you got to meet him. He's an awesome guy. But that was Friday night, man. And it was absolutely amazing. Now, once that was over, normally your boy, I'm up all night anyway. So if I go to an event like this or at Equip, I'd be out. I'd be out where the people are. If that's at a bar, whatever, hanging out because this is the one time we are all in one place. Now, this one particular time, right? So in this case, we went to Equip 2 weeks ago and I just seen a whole bunch of people and then I got to see them again 2 weeks later at this. But now I know it's over. And these events, they might happen annually, but they're only a few days. And then you got to go, well, not in this case. Most cases, you got to go months before there's an opportunity to go to another one. So I like to take every opportunity I can to come to things like this. But uh, I usually stay up all night, right? I might stay out with the people till 2 o'clock in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. For whatever reason, I couldn't do that. So I went back to my hotel, went to sleep, got up in the morning, got over to the event, and it was cool that people, I mean, Mulchmate was there. They had Mulchmate. Nick Carlson brought the Mulchmate truck that had the Truckmate like bed in it. Then he brought this brand new trailer that they just debuted down at Equip Expo, and I did a video with him showing the cool things about this trailer and a couple other things that he has. But this trailer is fire. Yeah, it was like a dump trailer that had a platform in the front so you could bring your machine with you, but it also had a truck mate ramp gate that in the front of the trailer so that you can fill up but it also had ramps, so if you need to take any equipment, you could use it that way. It's just fire. Make sure that you again follow the channel because that video will be coming out here soon. But I got to see Nick Carlson. I got to see Brian's new Isuzu. That thing's a beast. I got to see his mowers and his Vertexes, and Kelly and Sons had some trailers there. There's some Sure Track trailers, a whole lot of snow equipment. Boss Snowplow was there. So Postcard Mania, Branded Bull, Cycle CPA, Granum, I think, is the new LMN software. They rebranded from LMN to Granum now. Leanscaper was there. Got to talk to Mark. So it was unreal on Saturday. That's the entire event. But I did get the opportunity to make some podcast appearances on Side Hustle Squad podcast. So be on the lookout for them with my man Mike Garvey and Larry Delasante. And then again, YouTube videos. One of the things I enjoy doing while I'm at live events is going around and asking people to share the advice that they would give to someone who is just starting out. Because when we first, and it's not that it's only for people who are just starting out, but the vast majority of people who are just starting out, they need advice and they need it from real people, not people who's never done anything. Because that's when you first start out, people want to give advice that ain't never done what you trying to do. I can't, I say this all the time. It might be bad. You can learn from anyone, but if you trying to teach me how to shoot a basketball and you can't shoot, it's very hard for me to listen. So I go around and I ask real people who have a business, what is the best advice you would give to someone if they're just starting out? And it's something we all really need to hear because it's crazy. Like I've done these videos a bunch, and there's always a common thing. Go after it. Don't worry about what people think. Don't take on jobs that you know you can't do. Do what makes you happy. Just start. Just start. Just start. Don't go into debt. Just start. Don't buy equipment that you don't need. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Just start the business. Just start to hone your craft and learn your craft so that you can be better. Get on a CRM, get Google review. It's the same stuff, but someone needs to hear it and they might not watch that video. So I keep making these videos because people need to hear this. So if you ever are at a live event and you see me coming up, so you better have your answer ready because I'm coming to ask you. What is the best advice you would give to someone if they're just starting out or new in the business? What's your answer? Comment down below and let me know, or DM me at Mac_landscaping if you listen to this at a different time. But every year it's some great speakers. Brian puts on a hell of an event. It's really something to see. And all of the production, it just keeps getting better and better and better. He's added screens and lights and great audio and all type. Like he just does top notch things. And the speaker lineup was fire. I'm going to mention a few of them. Marty Grunder, he did an amazing job. Mark Bradley always amazes whenever he teaches and how he teaches. It's slow paced, so you can hear it, digest it, understand it. There's big diagrams on how you do things. And one of the things that people might say, why do you go? You always talk about how you're comfortable where your business is and you don't want it doesn't listen. You can learn from a $50 million business, even though you're just starting out, or even though you are comfortable where you're at. You can take those standard operating procedures, SOPs, if you don't know what that is, and you can apply some of those things to what you do. And if they got to $50 million doing some things, you can adopt some of those practices. Just like I say, man, hey, we ain't doing contracts no more. We ain't even calling them agreements. It's subscriptions. we sign people up for subscriptions just like Netflix. And you pay before you get to watch. Just like fast food, you pay before you get your food. Order, pay, eat. That's what we do, right? And some of those companies are doing that, right? We ain't got to reinvent the wheel. See what is working for those companies, and then you go where you want to go. If it's $250 million, man, I'm with you. I can't wait to see you reach your goal. But if it's being home with your family, making $200,000 because you live in a rural area, bro, awesome. You're winning in life. And it doesn't matter, like I said, whether it's someone who's doing $300,000 or $300 million. You can learn. And so I go to these things because I want to learn from guys like Mark Bradley, guys like Marty Grunder, Justin White, like I mentioned earlier, $20 million business out in California, killing it. I mean, I got to listen to his goals. Some companies have core values. Some of us as humans, we have core values. I'm living my life. One of my core values is I'm going to do good because at the end of my life, I want to have a long funeral procession. That's a core value. So now every time I meet someone, I'm trying to enrich their life, no matter what my experience is, because life is about helping others. So even sometimes when people are down, you still see them, they're out there helping someone. All right. So that's what he had, like 20 or 30 in a little pamphlet. I have it around here somewhere, but like that's when you get it's I'm telling you, it's about changing your mindset and how you think. Because those people who are ultra successful, they think an extraordinary way. I'm speaking for myself. I wouldn't dare put this on you, but I sometimes tell myself like, "Y'all, bruh, you can't, right?" But they got like a different way of thinking. Like, yeah, that might be a problem, but I'll find a solution. And when you get around people who are solution finders, man, it's hard for you to sit around and be like, "Oh, you know, I got this problem, and this problem's been holding me back." And you talk to Mark Bradley, and he's like, "What, bruh? What you mean? You got this. Here's what you can do." Boom, 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 boom. Right? And that's what you get. So Justin White's fire, and then Sam Gimbel. I like Sam. Me and him had a little run in before, but it was really a life changing experience that I got from him. That's why I mentioned him. He's now a friend. And every time I see him, we have a nice little laugh. So you're going to get challenged at this place. You're going to hear some good stories. You're going to get a lot of great information. And that has been my experience every single year. And every single year has been a little bit different. Maybe some years are better than the others, right? But at the end of the day, it's always something that's good that's going to help you. Something in there. If you're in the room, there's an opportunity for you to get something good. And there's several good opportunities at this event because there's some phenomenal people who really want to pour into you so you can go out there and win in life. And he ain't even asked me to say it. This was what my experience was. So I'm sharing it with you. Maybe you should come next year. But that's your decision. Now, I got some cool extras too. While I was there, I got some cool gifts and some swag. So here's some hats I got. My man Marty McCabe, that's the name of his company. We Rise Property Service LLC, and I love the logo. It's a cross. Really fire. He got this. He gave us this, a nice coffee mug, which I just had a coffee. My daughter was like, "Why did you bring this in here? Sit it down while I'm doing the dishes, then pick it back up and take it in your office." And I said, "Well, because my man Marty gave me this, and I wanted to show it to the good people." All right, we got that. Justin White, the Disruptors hat. My man, he got a group called the Disruptors for people who make 500,000 or something. I don't know, like that. They want to go to 1 million. But that's the Justin White Disruptors hat. My man Garrett gave me the Magnematic hat, and then there's this one that I got from that nice little new era hat that we got from one of the sponsors there. And then I got a bunch of Leanscaper AI t-shirts. These are some good quality t-shirts. And like I said, I have a couple of these things here. If you want, make sure you DM me. And then listen, this is another thing that Marty McKay put in the nice little bags he got. This is religion, and he got that's crossed out, and then it says relationship. Religion, nope, it's a relationship. You are entitled to a relationship. You're entitled to a relationship. 1 in 4 trillion chance that you was born and you were thought so highly of that you beat the odds. You, you beat those odds, and now you're here. And the dope thing about being here is because you're here, you know the answer. The answer is I'm here so I can win in life because you already won. 1 in 4 trillion. And you were thought so highly that you're here to hear my voice tonight because it ain't about religion. It's about relationships. It's about relationships. So go get a relationship. I promise you, when you get that relationship, your life will change, just like mine has. And I want that for you. So it ain't about religion, but it is about a relationship. So go get that relationship. Last but certainly not least, I got to get one of these. Now, I talked earlier about my man Garrett and the Magnematic blade sharpener, and I've always had a question. Let me know down in the comments because I don't think I'm alone, and maybe some of you will be liars in here that are watching currently, and maybe if you're listening, you might lie too about this question. One of the things that I had to find out, because let me know down in the comments if you've never balanced the blade. I have never balanced the lawnmower blade. I sharpen them and everything, but like I said, I didn't really know too much about sharpening blades, but I do now. And so I asked my man Garrett about the importance of, is it that important that you balance a blade? Now he gave me a very uh, easy to digest but still scientific answer. And the answer is yes, you should always balance your blades. But how do you do it? Do you just put a nail on the wall? I don't know. Like I said, I never balanced one before. So he has this thing. This is the Magnematic blade balancer. And the cool thing about this is it shows you with this easily turnable thing here, this bar, it shows you if your blade is straight. I know whenever I'm up at the compound, sometimes, bruh, I hit bricks before, right? And then I sit the blade down. I'm like, damn, bruh, this thing is like a Nike check. My goodness gracious. Now that's easy to see. But sometimes there's some slight bends to the blades. Maybe you hit some small rocks and or touch the curb or something like that and you bent your blade and you couldn't really tell, but you was wondering why am I scalping only on this one blade? Well, that's what this is for. So the cool thing is you put the blade on this point right here, and then there's this magnet. It takes a little effort to pull out, but then this magnet, it sticks to the blade, and now you can measure your blade. And he told me it is 4 inches or something like that. You can watch the video and you'll find this out. But now this blade is on here, and you can see how much it turns or where you need to take more things out. Garrett is going to come on to my Winning Life meetups group and give us a master class for an hour about sharpening blades with demonstrations and everything. So if you're interested in that, join the Winning Life Facebook group, and I will put a link to the sign up group if you want to be a part of our team meetings that we have bi-weekly on Thursdays, which will soon be going to weekly, and the price will go up some. So if you want to get in there, now is the time. But this blade sharpener is really cool, and he told me a word called centrifugal. I still haven't looked it up, but you can look up what centrifugal means. I have to figure that out. But this thing is machined, and his father is actually the person who invented the blade balancer, and this is it. So they have improved on the design, but I was able to pick up one of these, and it is fire. I can't wait to install it. But this spring, I'm not going to be making no crazy investments right now at the end of the year. I don't think. But I will be investing into that Magnamatic because we need it. Not that we the RBG 712 is fine. It has been great for me so far. However, it is still some work that you got to do. And I've watched people who have this Magnamatic sharpen a blade in 30 seconds, and it looks absolutely brilliant. Every single one. People who just got it are doing them. And it's taken me however many hours to try and get these things, especially now that I know how to properly sharpen them. And he'll tell you all about that in the video. But I hope I didn't bore you too much. But this thing is fire, and I'm excited to get it put up at the compound. And then it's also cool because you can add it to the actual. If you get the Magnamatic, one of the different models that he has, then I could just take it off the wall and hook it up to the actual machine that we will be getting in the spring. But this company was, I guess, founded in 1958. It says it right there, 1958, by my man Garrett's father or grandfather, one of the two. I'm pretty sure it was his dad. And now his brother is the head engineer, and he is the I guess CEO. And I'm telling you, I can't say enough good things about the guy. It's just phenomenal. But yeah, that's the blade sharpener that I got. That was cool. But that was my entire experience, man. Absolutely phenomenal. Some extras again. I got some gifts and some swag. There's some other T-shirts. My man Mike Garvey hooked me up with a lanyard for my keys, or for the equip badge or whatever badge. I got a LAL badge now. But also amazing dinners with my friends. You know, people that I already know, like Lamont and Ben Nyman, Ricky Rodriguez, his wife Victoria, Aaron Strunk and Leslie, the Strunks. To my man Jeremiah with Elite from up there in Minnesota. I got to watch the Minnesota Vikings lose to the Ravens. Come on, Minnesota. Y'all could have helped your boy out. Come on. Man, we needed the Ravens to lose because we lost. Jeez, Louise. Come on, Vikings, get it together. Steelers, come on, man. Come on. Get it together. Ben Nyman, roll damn tide. I think they won. But anyway, I also got to network some cool companies. I got to meet some people from Boss Snowplow, which was awesome. The Leanscaper people are amazing. And inspiring conversations with like-minded people. There, you're watching this now, and I hope that you feel inspired. But in person it is completely different. And it's in person, like we are actually talking, and it's a discourse going back and forth. I might ask a question, you might ask a question. We both give our varying opinions, and then we get to make a decision on not necessarily what's better, but what works best for us. So someone in Florida might be doing something, and they're up here, and like my man Ricky, and I get to talk to him and see how are you doing things down in Florida. Let me see what can apply for me up here in Pennsylvania. Now, if I start talking about snow, Ricky, the first time he ever seen snow was on Sunday, bruh. He ain't never seen snow. Him and his wife were born and raised in Florida. He got to see some snow while he was up here. That's a cool experience that he got to get, and I got to hear about it. So it's the networking and cool connections that you get to make with like-minded people who become your friends. They become damn near, they become family. The people that go to these same events that you go to, you all frequent the same things. You have these life experiences. One of the cool sayings that I enjoy is you don't get to pick your family, but you do get to pick your friends. And I feel like I've picked some amazing people to be around, and I hope that they feel the same way about me. And I want to feel that way about you because right now, if you're watching or if you're listening, you are a small little icon if I've never seen you in person. If I never met you at Equip, I might be that to you. Maybe this is your first time hearing or seeing me. And all you've seen is the little caricature of Mac Landscaping and Lawn Care on there, right? That's not a human. That's a picture. That is a picture. We need to have human communication and contact, face to face, like the good old days. Now everybody want to only talk on the internet, and then you see the woman of your dreams. You've been following on Facebook for 2 years, and then she's walking through the grocery store, and you put your head down. Don't even say nothing. Well, if you go to live events, have conversations. It'll make it more comfortable, man. Then you go shoot your shot. Don't just let her walk by, bruh. You in the room. You got the opportunity for greatness potentially. Don't just let it walk past you. And that's what it is when you go to live events. Whether it's a Win in Life event or a Fullerton event or Equip Expo, you get the opportunity to maybe change your life, but at least you get an opportunity. And how good is it to have an opportunity, man? It's very good to have an opportunity. And like I mentioned earlier, it is for me the final recharge. And I think we got some good people in here. But it's the last recharge for me. When I get back from Equip Expo, for the most part, we might have a week of mowing left, and to just clean things up with fall cleanups and things, cutting out perennials so we can still blow them out in the yard, mulch them up into the ground. But for the most part, it's now leaf season, and I wouldn't say we leave the mowers. We just use the mowers to mulch things up, but we ain't mowing grass anymore. Now we're pretty much on transport mode and just mowing over leaves and then dropping the deck once to really mulch them into the ground at the end. But it's leaf season now, and the day after Thanksgiving, I'll be in Florida. I'm going to Disney World, see my daughter do the orchestra or something. I don't know. My wife knows what all that stuff is, but we're gonna take my 6-year-old, and they're doing something for the orchestra down at Disney World. And this is why I started a business, because I'm going to Florida. And whenever I didn't have a business and we were broke, busted, and disgusted, running from the repo man, I had the car. Park it here so they can't see it. I couldn't go. I had to call off, get people to fill my shift. Nope. We going to Florida. I ain't missing nothing, bruh. I'm not missing nothing. And the opportunity to not miss nothing is because I started a business. And you have too, or you want to. And when you do, and maybe you're already experiencing the time of your life like I am now. And it has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with family and a relationship with my family and with that amazing, amazing, amazing man upstairs. So that recharge has been dope. But the last shot, we are here. Why? Why? And I feel like today I almost gave like a speech. Maybe Fullerton ought to put me on that stage. What do you think? Let me know. And if you think I should be, DM him at Brian's Lawn Maintenance and let him know, man, put Mac up on the stage so he can blow the roof off. Because I will. I'll do my best. I will do my best. But why do I go to so many live events, and why did I create my own Win in Life events? It is because it is lonely out here. When you first start out, it is not lonely at first because you are so excited. This has been my experience. I was so excited that I started something new, and I started to feel different about myself and my sports ego. Whenever I was a kid, I walked on the court. I was never afraid. I always had faith in my abilities because I knew what I did and how much I practiced what I did, how many shots I took. So when I got into a game, I was never afraid, and I always will take the shot. Okay. But when you first start out, for me personally, I wanted to tell everyone, yo, bruh, I started this business. I made this amount of money in this amount of time. You could do it too. You should do it too. I can help you because I'm doing it. And eventually they tune me out because they don't want to hear that. And that's fine. They don't want to hear it. I gotta stop wasting my time saying it. And so then what happens? We get lonely. You got nobody to talk to. You would think the people that knew you the longest, and I ain't talking no stuff. It don't really matter. But you would think that they would be the people to support you, but they most likely ain't. So it gets lonely because you can't talk to the people that you want to talk to. And then go to a live event. And for the first time, I was telling this to people. Man, when I got to Equip Expo, I wasn't weird. Whenever I was a kid, I was weird because I wanted to play basketball and football, and that was it. And I didn't want to go out, and I didn't want to do dumb stuff. I just wanted to practice basketball, come home, eat, play video games of basketball and football, and then do that all over again. And that was my life. That's the only thing I knew is everything that I tell you, do what you love. I loved it. No, I didn't need no one to wake me up to go do it. I loved it. And then it happened again when I found this. And so when I was younger and people didn't want me, all you do is this. All you do is go play basketball. You should come talk to this girl. No, I don't want to, bruh. And I don't care if you do. But if you want to hang with me, you're gonna be at that basketball court. And I found people who were like that. You know, athletes, we stick together. It's the same thing in the green industry. I found people who are like that. They want to play this game as much as I want to play it. And they want to get better at this game as much as I want to get better. And they want to watch other people play this game. And their video games are this game. I talked to my man Aaron. He plays a farm game on Xbox. There's a whole message board. Some people might think that's weird. I think it's cool because we all just looking for our people. And that's why one of the reasons I go to the live events, because it's better to be around people. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're under 225 pounds, you're lifting weights and it starts to get your arms start wobbling, you're pushing with your legs, arched your back so you can get some extra power. But you realize, I might not be able to get this up, and you rack it before you get hurt. But if your friend is there, he or she might smack you on the chest. You got this, and they scream in your face. And you just find that extra bit of energy to lock that thing out and finish that rep. Well, that's what these live events do for me. And that's what they'll do for you. Get around people that are going to energize you so you get that last rep up. All right. You're not alone. And when you get around people, man, it feels good. It feels good to be around your people. Service business owners, those are your people. And it don't matter. Business owners, those are your people. It ain't just service business owners. All business owners understand one another because the practices, the SOP, standard operating procedure, are similar. It's all sports. It's all similar. If you work hard to get good at basketball, if you apply those principles, you might not be as good at basketball at baseball, but damn it, you will get better. And the same goes with football and hockey. You might not be able to skate, but if you skate every day and you get around other people who can skate, eventually you're gonna be skating. But if you get around people who say, no, skating's hard. I can't make a layup. I'll never dunk. I can't throw a football. You ain't ever gonna dunk. You won't be able to skate. And you damn sure ain't throwing no football. So get around the people because you ain't alone. You out here with some good people. These people actually understand. And man, when you are in person, it's something about being in person, man. That's what creates real long lasting relationships like we spoke about earlier, bruh, or sis, whoever you may be listening. Get around the people and create those relationships because Lamont, affectionately known as Pookie from Harrison Property Management, I got to eat dinner with him before I went back to Pittsburgh. And I mentioned the people earlier, him, Ben, Aaron and Leslie, Rory and Kelsey, my man Jeremiah from Elite, my man Matthews Mowing. Shout out to them. That's who we got to eat with. Last night, I got a text message around 9:34. I was tired as hell. I was already asleep. And I'm sorry, it wasn't a text message, it was a call. It was from my man Pookie. He just wanted to make sure I got home okay. He was checking on me. He wanted to, if I was just an icon, little picture on Instagram, he wouldn't call me because it wouldn't matter. But we got a relationship and he's my friend. And friends want to make sure their friends are okay. At least the good friends do. And that's what Pookie did for me. But that's a relationship that was created by being at live events and meeting in person and saying, you know what? It's one thing when a camera or a microphone is on. But when you meet me, you will see I'm this person you see on here. And Pookie has seen that. And Ben has seen that. And the others that I've mentioned have seen that. And that's why we have real relationships. Fullerton has seen that. And his wife Liz, and Caleb and Brittany, and Pajak, and Naylor, and Paul, and CMG, my man Chase, Mr. Producer, Julio Tomei, Johnny Blades of Grass. They all got to see, right? And so be at the live event so you can see. And not about me. It's about you helping yourself out. Go meet people. Get around people, create a community, have some relationships. You will win in life because of this. I can't guarantee it because I wouldn't guarantee stuff because it's really on you. So I could guarantee it for me because I'm gonna be there. The only way you can guarantee it for you is if you actually do it. I ain't pointing all at you like that. I apologize. But I'm gonna keep going because this is our service business family. This is the Winning Life family. And we travel, we go everywhere. It's like the Steelers. I don't care who you like in the NFL if you're a football fan. But one thing I know about my Pittsburgh Steelers is we come invade stadiums, and those terrible towels are waving around everywhere. Now, whether or not you're a Steeler fan like me and Aaron Strunk are, that's irrelevant. But damn it, wave around your green industry, service business, lawn care flag everywhere we go. We are the Winning Life family together. And we invade cities and stadiums with positivity, joy, and light for everyone because that's what the world needs. So I'm going to keep going because I want to make sure that I am always around people who are trying their damnedest to win in life. And I know you are because you are doing this. Man, this has been a fun show. If you feel like you got some sort of value tonight, it really would mean a lot to me if you would comment down below, share the video if you're watching on video, or if you're listening on the podcast, a 5-star review, no matter what podcast and platform you're listening on. I see the ones on Apple. Spotify, you can't leave words, but if you leave one on Apple, I will read it on the show. It's been a while since we got one on Apple. So if you are listening on the Apple device, man, hook your boy up. I would love to say who you are and thank you for leaving that. Thanks in advance. But if you would like to join the free Facebook group, there are links in the comment section. It has been fun. We ask some questions daily. I'm gonna probably start going live in there every now and then. But again, it's the Winning Life family. It's people working together, sharing ideas so that we can win in life. Because at the end of the day, the win for you is the win for you. But you could get information, apply it, and enhance the probability that you actually will win. Because winning ain't guaranteed. But if you're around a bunch of people and they're all winning, just like if you're skating, playing football, whatever you're doing, and you get around a whole bunch of people, birds of a feather flock together. You run around with losers, you will end up a loser. But if you run around with winners, eventually you're going to become one. Sign up with the free link. If you feel like you got some value from this episode, comment down below and let me know. As always, I love you. I appreciate you. I wish you nothing but success. And remember, the creator created you to be creative. So get out there and create whatever you want in your life because you deserve it. I'm out. Peace.